right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine
Hey, you know what, Jesse?
Consciousness to an exotic action adventure story? The Atua Man is masterfully illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua Man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaMan.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We love each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us on today's beautiful day. Lots of stuff going on, including this, the latest, which is good. I like headlines like this a little bit, and then it kind of they kind of creep me out at the same time. And it is this: despite concern over coronavirus mutations, top health officials offer glimmer of hope. What do you think about that headline, Jesse?
It sounds good. I have hope, unless you're going to crush it for me, which I'm going to say it's a horrifying one. So take it away.
Okay, so here we go. But I like that. I think more news headlines need to be like the negative, and then, but there's hope. After months of mounting coronavirus cases, are we seeing a turnaround? Health officials report some positive trends, but say we need to be cautious when looking at the data. At the first coronavirus briefing under the Biden administration, Dr. Anthony Fauci gave Americans a glimmer of hope. He said, quote, "It looks like it might actually be plateauing in the sense of turning around." So there you go. That's the hope. But now, and I will say this, Fauci always gives hope, whatever he gives dismal stuff out there. Have you ever noticed that?
No, I have not.
Yeah, he always does. There's always like a little like, yes, but you could do this. Yes, but you could do that. Yes, but okay. So I always say pay attention to the wording that he gives. And then he always gives a glimmer of hope because he's like, come on, people, like, we should be able to. But he's always very factual, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes he, at least during the Trump administration, he was very much like kind of guarded in what he would say, especially towards the beginning. But I think now we're going to get a little bit more realistic on this. But I still think he needs to not play into this mode of just because then people are like, it's either hot or cold, right? They're never like, it's still warm, people. Not either it's hot, or it's off, or it's on, right? That's how people sometimes think. So you got to be careful there. But here's the warning. Fauci reminded us to remain cautiously optimistic. I like that as we keep track of the numbers. He said this. So you have almost a paradoxical curve where you see something plateauing and maybe coming down. And how many times have we seen that, Jesse? Plateauing, coming down.
It'll come down, then it'll come back up again. It's like a roller coaster.
Right. At the same time, hospitalizations and deaths might actually be going up. That's what he says. California's Health and Human Service Secretary, Dr. Mark Ghaly, reported a similar downward trend. They said, we're seeing less than 20,000 cases reported today statewide. That's the first time in a while. I think the regional stay-at-home order that the governor put in place made a difference over the winter holidays of Christmas and New Year's, and we're starting to see that pay off now. Now, on the vaccine front, they said the rollout started slow because local hospitals were dealing with patient surges at the same time. The pace is picking up. They say we saw a radical increase going from that about 47,000 vaccines given in a day to over 110,000 vaccines given a day across the state. Fauci said early evidence shows new coronavirus variants may decrease the current vaccine's ability to help the body make antibodies. That's interesting. But said, quote, it is all the more reason why we should be vaccinating as many people as you possibly can. Fauci explained viruses don't mutate unless they replicate, and the current vaccines can still suppress transmission. He said, quote, then you should actually avoid this deleterious effect that you might get from the mutations. While the South African variant may be more concerning than the UK one, Fauci said it still can be managed. He added that if we vaccinate 70 to 85% of Americans by the end of summer, we could see some degree of normalcy returning in the fall. So do you get what's going on there?
No, it's completely over my head.
Yeah, he kind of complicated it, or the news story complicated it. There's mutations. They're there. If we get more vaccinated, then we'll be better. That's at the end of the story, what he's trying to say, right? And cautiously optimistic, meaning don't, throw caution to the wind. I literally heard a young teenager talk to his mother in a parking lot saying, I don't care. I'm going to do drugs. I'm going to do everything. I don't care about life anymore. I was like, oh boy, wow. And that's all I heard about the discussion. Don't throw caution to the wind thinking it's the end of life, because it's not. It's not like Armageddon. It's not here. And even if it were Armageddon, it wouldn't be like that. It would be nice, kind, peaceful transition into a beautiful earth, because that's technically what Armageddon's supposed to be in the Bible, if you look at it technically. So don't think it's going to be the end of the world moment, okay? It's a peaceful, nice transition into a peaceful, loving place. There you go. All right, people, we're going to take a quick break. If you don't believe me, read Revelation 21, 3, and 4. Seriously. Okay, we'll be back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
When it comes to health and well-being, cellular hydration is the key. You could say that hydration is the key to every wellness program. And structured water in its natural state, is the key to cellular hydration. Most of the water available to us has been processed for purity, safety, and convenience. But processing causes water to lose its natural hexagonal structure, with unfortunate effects for our bodies. Now you can take your personal hydration to a whole new level with the glassware that restructures water in just 3 minutes. Golden Ratio Products brings you these amazing water bottles, carafes, and drinking glasses which put the life back into the water you drink. Try it and you'll be amazed at the effects you feel in your body. Go to goldenratioproducts.com for the next phase of your water consciousness.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness. 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
Hello, listeners. Christopher here from The Christopher Show. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about CBD. Now, CBD is not approved by the FDA as of yet. Myself, as well as millions of other people across the USA, have used it with help for pain, anxiety, sleep, and other conditions. Now, you know, all CBD products are not equal. It really matters on where you get the CBD from. Now, I suggest you get it from a qualified pharmacist, and I happen to know of one. It's at Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California. They only carry pharmaceutical-grade CBD products of the highest quality. So if you want the best, you go to Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions. Their staff is there to help you with all your CBD, pharmacy, and mobility needs. They're located at 1680 East 6th Street in Beaumont, California. Give them a call, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California, 951-845-8252.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live. Don't forget, we're also on the Alexa app. Also, you could check out our KMET 1490 AM app and download it on all Android and or iPhone devices. Speaking of devices, there's some pretty cool devices, and one of the latest vehicles that I got to try out. And Jesse, you and I actually did a little ride in the vehicle. And I got to ask, regarding the Toyota, what did you think of it? The Rav4 Prime Edition hybrid vehicle. Did you like it? Did you not? What were your first impressions?
Oh, yeah. Okay. On first impression, it's a beautiful car. I love the shape of it and the lines. And there you go. It's such a beautiful, just a car in general. It has a bunch of interesting features to it that I was messing around with. Kind of like the ability to open and close the, the trunk with your keys without touching it.
Yeah, you called it lazy, but you were like, that's so lazy. And then you're like, I like it. And there's a one-touch button, right? Especially if you just like have a lot of stuff or you just want to open it very easily. You don't have to shut it like you do most doors, right? So it closes and it locks on its own. It's really got the highest electric vehicle range in the version of vehicles that you can see there. 94 miles per gallon electrical fuel gauging. It's got so many features as a very powerful vehicle. It's got towing capacity of 2,500 pounds. We didn't try that, right, Jesse?
No, we were just zipping around town, but it has amazing pickup, and it was such a smooth ride. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.7 seconds. I did that with you a couple of times. 302 horsepower. You were a little like, I don't know what's going on in your head.
Yeah, I'm just glad we were on a lone street that was incredibly long.
Because I said, let's test this, and you were like,
Yeah, my eyes kind of like bugged out of my eyes when he was hitting the speed, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, nobody was around, so it was safe. Paddle shifters it has on this vehicle, which is always nice if you know how to use those and you want to use like the gear shift. That's always cool. And in electric vehicle mode, it does well. It's not like a typical hybrid, okay? This vehicle knows how to move, when to move, and that's when you need it, right? Because you don't want something slow. You know, if it's I don't think RAV4s have gotten the time of day, but this vehicle is going to make sure it's got its time of day. You're going to see a lot more of these out in the coming months. Even charging it is so much simpler now versus having to leave it overnight. And it's got a power adapter that is easily connected into a 3-prong power adapter. It has that already. They leave it with you, and you could just plug it into any 3-wall adapter and let it do that. Or you can go to a place where they actually have charging device stations. You pay by the cents per kilowatt hour, I believe that's how it works, or similar to that. It's an amazing vehicle. The rims are beautiful. I don't know what else to say. I love it in the color that it's in, red, but it's also in silver, blue, black, and some other, white, obviously. But for some reason, just the red really pops out. I guess, if you don't want to stand out in a row of other things, the features on the inside are gorgeous. You've got the control panel in the very middle there, and for those of you watching our live stream version, you can see that there. For those of you listening on the radio, it's got a heated steering wheel, heated rear outboard seats, and rain sensing wipers. It's got a beautiful audio package. I played this for my mom. She listened to Elvis the entire time. 11 speaker JBL sound system. It really packs a punch on the inside. Seal proof. You cannot hear a lot of the outside. It's just gorgeous. It's worth a look. It's worth checking out. It's worth saying, you know what, I'm going to take this for a couple test drives, and you got to feel the punch of the power on this. It is not a slow vehicle. Like I said, 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds. You'll feel it. It's the second quickest Toyota. It's also the most powerful RAV4 ever, with 302 horsepower, complemented with standard auto wheel drive. If that's not enough, it also has the most fuel efficient RAV4 with an EPA estimated 94 miles per gallon and EV range of 42 miles. Okay. It leads the pack with the latest tech. It's got Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, known as TSS 2.0, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Amazon Alexa compatibility. So you can hear us on your ride. Available 9-inch multimedia touchscreen, available head-up display, and more. I love the head-up display. You couldn't see that. I took somebody else for a ride. I says, oh yeah, I could see and for those that know, the newer vehicles have that. When you're driving, it has it up on your windshield. So you don't have to look down. Those that know that have it, and you know how it works. It's basically a reflective version of a monitor that's put into the what do you call that? Have you ever seen that, Jesse? You haven't seen that, huh? I didn't show that to you.
No, you did not.
Okay, it's like a video game, but it pops up on your screen of how fast you're going, what's the speed limit, and all that. If you're going north, west, east, or south, and it's really good. It just pops up, but you can't see it as a passenger. So if you're saying it as the driver, people think you're going crazy. You're like, no, look at from my angle, and then you're like, oh, there it is. So it's really cool. It's got some really good stuff for the seats as well. Breakthrough design. It's got just a lot of stuff on here. The recent consumer research project showed the RAV4 Prime outperformed the Porsche Macan in key categories, including acceleration, engine sound, and pedal feel. So when I took off with that, Jesse, now you know why it was so it felt so good. So there you go. All right, it's got a lot of stuff, and seriously, you just got to take this for a test drive. You got to go check it out if you're in the market for a vehicle in this category as well. And I have to say, Jesse, it's almost like I wanted to go cross country with this vehicle. Does that make sense? Because you could like go, I want to go to the mountains with this thing. It's got so much in it. It's rugged enough, but sleek enough, fast enough, and good enough space in it. You didn't feel cramped in there at all, huh?
No, it was incredibly comfortable. It was smooth. When you handed me the keys, the only unusual part for me was trying to figure out where to stick the key.
Oh yeah, you've never done that, right?
No, I've never driven a car that did not require a car key. So it was unusual for me. I was like looking around like, where do I stick this thing? And I'm trying to figure out where the key is. And then he saw like laughing. It's like, oh, it's push button.
And I was laughing because I remember doing that the very first time when I saw one. I'm like, how do you do? Because that's the way it is for any person that has a keyless car entry. I personally don't like not putting a key in it because sometimes I forget where the key is, right? Because I'm used to taking out the key. So sometimes I leave the car and I'm like, wait, did I leave the key? So I have that moment where sometimes it's not a good thing because you leave the key. But if you just keep it on you, like in your pocket, you just push it and you're good. But sometimes you're like, wait, where did I do the key? It gets a little confusing, if that makes sense. Those that have keyless car entries, you know what I'm talking about. Now, there's something else that you saw that I thought was pretty cool. It was the rear view mirror. Can you describe what that was like for you, Jesse, watching that?
Oh, yeah. I was tripping out on that because I was like, usually I'm used to seeing like the back camera when you are in reverse, but never while you're driving. And it was such a clear picture. I can literally see the guy in the back pick his nose. It was so clear.
Yeah, and I was, I featured this yesterday on the after show program, and this somebody said that that's what they have on RVs already. So now, evidently, that's going to be a new feature you're probably going to see in vehicles coming up very soon, where you just flip down the rear view mirror, and typically when you have a rear view mirror, for those of you listening on the radio, you can actually look behind you, right? And you have like night vision or day vision, I call it, right? Or like when they're high beams, and you flip it down, and it does that, right? So it goes into like a little bit, so their high beams aren't glaring at you, right? But this way, you go down, you see regular mirror, you adjust it, or you go up, and all of a sudden it's the monitor. It turns into a full monitor. It's weird how it does it, and it's taking the camera from the rear of the vehicle. So make sure it's not frosty or anything like that. Wipe it down or whatnot before you get into it if it's like a foggy day, and you'll be able to see crystal clear the people following you behind you. It's amazing. I'm telling you, if you were like a private investigator and you were seeing who was following you and they didn't want to be seen, you could be like, oh, there you are. It's some cool stuff. So I ask is that Toyota, you have the ability for me to be able to record that stuff, because I like to see things that happen around me in case of an accident, in case of things. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just don't want anybody to monitor me. You know what I mean? From like way far away or hacking into my device. So that's all I ask. But I would love to be able to see all the things that's going on around me or behind me, and be able to put that like up on a display and be like, nope, this happened, that happened, this happened. Look for it yourself and then judge, right? But There you go. Until we're there, who knows? All right, people. So there you go. If you got questions, ask them now. Let's see. We got social media there. Let's see. All right. So questions still coming in. There we go. All right. And yes, people are asking how much. Oh, sorry. That's kind of a very important question. Okay. So there's several Toyota RAV4s that you could do, by the way. It just depends which one. Okay. So if you do the 2021 that I'm talking about, the Prime, now I will say again, you save a lot of money on the electric portion. Okay. You do. And I remember talking to one person who stopped me, goes, I haven't seen this one. He goes, but when I had one, I only fueled it up like once a month, and I used all the electric portion of it, and it saved him a lot of money. Which I know, Jesse, you're like, that's possible. It is possible as long as you keep plugging it in. And the amount of plug-in time that you have, like I said, what is that? It's about 40 EV range of 42 miles, and an estimated 94 miles per gallon E. So I don't know how that works just yet. I just know I went a far way, very good, and there you go. And it only cost $30 to fuel up, by the way, for a full tank, by the way. So there you go. All right. So there's my suggestions. Oh, I didn't talk about how much it was. Sorry, I'm still trying to pull that up. The original base model for Prime of the Toyota RAV4, according to my information here, check with your local dealer and you'll find out. But let's see. They start at $38,100. There you go.
What?
$38,100. They have, that's for the RAV4 Prime. Okay.
Oh, yeah. For the base model was $28,500.
Yeah. If you just get the RAV4, that's what I mean. There's the 2021 Toyota RAV4 regular gas model. LE is $26,150. The XLE $27,000. XLE Premium $30,150. But for like an additional 8, I recommend this beautiful vehicle. So there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. If I had a star system, I'd give it 4 out of 5 stars because I did not like the seats. That's my only thing on that. They're very firm. They're very sporty, and they're very good. I just wanted a different seat package. That's my only complaint on this entire vehicle. But there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Make it a great day. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
My mom is a breast cancer survivor. The United Breast Cancer Foundation saved her life. Their free breast cancer exam caught the cancer early, and that saved her life. But now the foundation needs your help so they can continue offering free or low-cost breast screening exams, saving more women's lives. Help them by donating your car, whether it's running or not. They'll provide fast, free 24-hour pickup, and you receive a charitable tax deduction, plus the great feeling you'll get knowing your donated car is going to help save more lives. Just call 800-781-0965 to set the wheels in motion. They take cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, running or not. Call 800-781-0965. The United Breast Cancer Foundation needs your help, and your donation could literally save women's lives, helping them catch breast cancer early, like they did with my mom. Donate today. 800-781-0965. That's 800-781-0965.
Check out the online California Youth Leadership Summit on Saturday, February the 6th from 2 to 5 p.m. Topics for the high school and college panels include climate change, racial equality, gender equity, world peace, and coping with the pandemic. Panel moderators include such celebrities as former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez and Guinness World Record-holding mountaineer Mirren Minamiya. It's open to all ages. To register for free, visit www.californiasummit.org. That's www.californiasummit.org. Express Frame thanks our troops and veterans for everything they've done so fearlessly for us on a daily basis. Send letters or care packages and get blood. Also offer a veteran a job or discount on your local product. It'll be greatly appreciated. That's from Sue and Alex of Express Frame, your complete framing experts with a reputation that precedes them. For more information, call 760-773-9228. Veteran discounts available. That's Express Frame in Palm Desert, the area's best for your framing needs. And they're waving their flags high, saying USA all the way.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 12ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.12ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 12ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM with some of the questions from social media. Rosalie says, how many seats? My boys are big boys, wondering if they would be comfy. My soccer mom van is cramped for them. Thinking about getting an old school bus for them. 5, total of 5. And like I said, pretty spacious. And I didn't sit in the back. Maybe that might have been a good thing to do. But yeah, I barely... Yeah, I didn't cram it full of people. So take it for a test drive. You'll find out. And so there you go. Just as long as they're not sitting on top of each other. Sometimes you need a mom van, right, for that type of stuff. And there are other vehicles for that as well. So there's that. Let's see. There's also a lot of other news. And this is interesting. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi plans to send the article of impeachment against Donald Trump to the Senate on Monday, launching the start of the former president's trial on a charge of incitement of insurrection over the deadly Capitol riot. According to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, said in making the announcement, said there will be a trial. It will be a full trial. It will be a fair trial. I think it's funny he says it will be a fair trial, because is there ever a trial that's ever that fair? I don't know. We'll see. Trump is the first president to be twice impeached and the first to face a trial after leaving office. While the transmission of the article launches the trial proceedings, the schedule ahead remains uncertain as the Senate, now in Democratic control, is working to swiftly confirm President Joe Biden's cabinet nominees and tackle the new administration legislative priorities. Biden says the Senate can do both, and Schumer said he is also speaking to Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell about the timing and duration of the proceedings ahead. McConnell said after Schumer spoke, Senate Republicans strongly believe we need a full and fair process. On Thursday, he proposed delaying the start of Trump's trial to February to give the former president time to prepare and review his case. Trump is still assembling his legal team. House Democrats who voted to impeach Trump last week for inciting the deadly January 6th Capitol riot say a full reckoning is necessary before the country and the Congress can move on. The timing details ahead rests on negotiations between Schumer and McConnell, who are also in talks over a power-sharing agreement for the Senate, which is, of course, a narrow split, 50-50, but in Democratic control because the vice president serves as a tie-breaking vote. Under an extended timeline, McConnell said the president's defense team and House prosecutors would have 2 weeks to file briefs. Arguments would likely begin in mid-February. Trial delay could appeal to some Democrats as it would give the Senate more time to confirm Biden's cabinet nominees and debate a new round of coronavirus relief. So, which is better, get the country moving forward or do this whole President Trump woulda, coulda, shoulda situation? What is your opinion, Jesse?
As much as he needs to be not necessarily punished, but just like there has to be some consequences. But honestly, right now, just get the country working again. Get those vaccinations out and just, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I say get the relief package done because how long has that ever taken, right? And how many breaks do they take in between that? I think the country kind of wants a little bit of like, well, let's see what happens. But you know what I think is going to happen? Trump has very smart attorneys, and they're just going to push it out again and again and again. All of a sudden, he's going to be like, I'm sick, I'm unavailable, I broke my toe, something crazy, and all of a sudden, he's going to be unavailable, right? And then it just pushes things out. So, look, get one started without the other, and then move forward on both, obviously. But if you got to put priorities out, he's no longer president. So move him to the side. We got time with him. Does that make sense or does that not make sense? I don't know if I'm wrong on that.
No, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, but do they think like that? We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's see. Democratic Senator Chris Coons of Delaware, who's a key ally of the president, said that Democrats would consider a delay if they're making progress on confirming the very talented, seasoned, and diverse team Biden has nominated. Pelosi said Trump doesn't deserve a get-out-of-jail card. That's only for monopoly people, or is it? Because he has left office and Biden and others are calling for national unity. Facing his second impeachment trial in 2 years, Trump began to assemble his defense team by hiring attorney Butch Bowers to represent him, according to an advisor. Bowers previously served as counsel to former South Carolina governors Nikki Haley and Mark Sanford. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina helped Trump find Bowers after members of his past legal teams indicated they did not plan to join the new effort. Trump is at a disadvantage compared to his first trial, in which he had the full resources of the White House counsel's office to defend him. Pelosi's 9 impeachment managers who will be prosecuting the House case have been regularly meeting to discuss strategy. Shortly before the January 6th insurrection, Trump told thousands of his supporters at a rally near the White House to fight like hell against the election results that Congress was certifying. A mob marched down to the Capitol, rushed in, interrupting the count. 5 people, including a Capitol police officer, died in the mayhem, and the House impeached Trump a week later, with 10 Republicans joining all Democrats in support. Pelosi said it would be harmful to unity to forget that people died on January 6th, the attempt to undermine the election, to undermine the democracy, to dishonor the Constitution. Trump was acquitted of the Republican-led Senate at his first impeachment trial. The White House legal team, aided by Trump's personal lawyers, fought that the House charges that he had encouraged the president of Ukraine to investigate Biden in exchange for military aid. Pelosi noted, though, that this time around, the House is not seeking to convict the president over private conversations, but for a very public insurrection that they themselves experienced and that played out on live television. My question is, at the end of the day, what's he gonna like? Is there prison time? Is there what? Do you find the guy? How do like? Is it second? How? What are they going for at the end of the day? Is my question. Is it based on what you said? Like, you know, now he's not under certain. Because he still kept to the letter of. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I'd be like, he has to. There has to be consequences for what he said and did. But yeah, I have no like. What would they do other than like take away his bonuses for being a president?
I don't really know. So I kind of want to know, like when you say throw the book at him, if he is found guilty, what does the book look like, right? And can he like squeeze from under that? I don't know. I don't know how much support he still has. I don't know if anybody's going to want to come to his support because so far, I just don't know. We'll see what happens because there's still a massive amount of people out there that still, you know, are they now that he's not? Are they gonna go away quietly is my question and say, okay, I guess I was wrong, or are they going to still be that person? No, I still believe, it's because people sometimes can't accept the truth, and the truth is he's no longer president. So get over it. Okay, people, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Experience sheer driving pleasure. Visit BMW of Ontario in the Ontario Auto Centre. Whether you are looking to purchase, lease, or service your BMW, there is only one place to go in the Inland Empire, and that is BMW of Ontario. Visit us today, just east of Interstate 15 off Harupa Street, or online at bmwofontario.com.
Hi everyone, Dave Levine here. The Dave Levine Show is back on the air, 10 to 11 a.m. Wednesday mornings on KMET 1490. Join me for an hour of Law & Order stories and commentary. Law & Order is now the #1 issue for Californians. If you miss it live, you can hear or watch it 24/7 on either SoundCloud or live stream. See you there. Thank you.
Can't you see? Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 Queen Pillow Top Sale on now.
For generations, alligators have weathered nature, biological threats, and predators. How do they do this? The answer is in their uncanny DNA. Alligators have one of the strongest immune systems in the animal kingdom. Their fat cells contain the essential oils needed to fight off deadly infection and rejuvenate skin. How can you benefit from the alligator's amazing rejuvenating powers? Cayman oil. Cayman oil is the revitalizing and healing power of the alligator in a bottle. Cayman oil is carefully purified and refined with an added hint of vitamin E and lavender to better harness the alligator's ability to heal worn and damaged skin. Treat dry skin, infections, cuts, burns, scarring, eczema, rashes, muscle and joint pain, and more. Even athlete's foot. It's clinically proven to kill the flesh-eating bacteria MRSA. This really works. We guarantee it or your money back. Go to mycayman.com. mycaimon.com. That's mycayman.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, asking questions and some good statements there. And I see it there. Let's see. Maria says he needs to be punished. They all do. They should push it back, though. Work on COVID first. Diana Carbajal says from Downey, my opinion moving forward, first deal with the impeachment. Justice must prevail. And Diana says, if they don't seek to convict again, at least not have him run for president again. Maria says, yeah, they could block him from politics forever with it. I say, look, it has to be dealt with. I'm not saying not to. I'm just saying if you had to pick priorities of the day, like, you know, you and Jesse, you have priorities of the day, things you got to get to, people you got to, you know, speak to and do. Prioritize the nation first. Deal with Trump's still going to be there. You know, let's address it, obviously, but and who knows, maybe it'll be the most televised program since Rodney King. I don't know. We'll see. But right, I think look, we all need a little bit of humor, I think, on seeing some things that he'll probably say, but I can almost see him probably not showing up to work that day and saying, Let me have my attorneys take care of it, because that's what people do. They just got to push things off and push things off and push things off. There's ways to do it. There's been people that do that. And they have smart attorneys that do that, and they just never see the time of day. But we'll see. I don't know. I just don't want it to be like we wasted so much time in the past trying to impeach him when we should have been focusing on the country. And we've seen that a couple times, and then it went nowhere. So that's what I'm asking for. Just let's focus on the country. Let's focus on people, businesses, the amount of money that needs to be done to be able to keep things afloat. And also people that, it's been discussed already. Landlords, need a relief package as well. Renters need, so there's a lot that can be done. I'm not saying throw money at people, but obviously if you're going to mandate certain people to stay home, well, how are you going to mandate people to stay home and then not help people stay home with it? Which is why we always have surges, because all of a sudden then the country goes, oh no, okay, everything's back to the way it was, which is why it's good it's plateauing, but we don't want another spike coming up around the corner, which we kind of have said maybe in February, mid-February, there might be another spike coming. You got Valentine's coming up, right? You got people wanting to look for love or be in love or find the new love, right? So there's that. But keep it safe over there. And of course, don't throw caution in the wind still, because we're not over the woods. I know some people are feeling very positive. I know yesterday I took my mom for another ride out, and we went a little further than normal. And, she was like, I want to do 20 different things now. And I was like, you just can't, not yet, Mom. Coronavirus is still there. She's like, I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to go. She was very positive, which I've been telling people, make sure to get sun. Go outside. I did have a conversation with my hairdresser. My hairdresser says, it's funny. I don't know about you, Jesse. I don't know if this is with any of your family members, but it was an interesting conversation. She goes, if I stay inside for like 2 or 3 days when I watch all the news and everything, I feel kind of like I don't ever want to go out. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, I can agree with that. A lot of the times it feels like the news is scarier than a horror movie.
Yeah.
And as much as I want the news, I don't want the bad stuff.
Yeah.
You need the bad stuff because that's what's happening.
Yeah, and it's called be cautious, right? Just like outside, there's spiders that could bite you. There's snakes that can, hurt you, right? Well, don't go in a field of snakes, right? And so it's the same thing. Or if you see a snake, stay at least a good 10 feet away from it. Be like, oh my God, you're a snake. Okay, so that's my point. So put it in its proper perspective. It still is out there, but walk outside, get some sun, get some good. If you have a backyard, go out there and enjoy it. I've seen people talk from across the way. Hey, neighbor, and you could talk like that away. There's certain situations that you do have to come in close proximity to others if you're at risk. Again, my point is this. Don't be so caught up in your own house that you don't remember to go back out into the sun and feel the sunshine on your face and on your body. I guarantee a good 15 minutes of that will help you out and start thinking positively. If you start at the very beginning of the day, hey, I'm going to focus on all the positive things that are happening in my life, then that's what you're going to want to do. Okay. Keep it positive, keep it strong, and keep it living, because some people are literally kind of giving into the depression of it all. They're staying inside. The drapes are drawn. It's wintry days. Some days it's summery days. And some days you just need to feel a little bit of warmth of sunshine, even if it's a call from a person. Go outside, see them from afar. Hey, neighbor, check up on people. I think in the next coming days, I would like to see people checking up on their loved ones, especially because I hate to say this, but, I'm sure there's going to be stories of people that were trying to self-isolate and they didn't know. They woke up and they didn't get well, and they're in their own home dead. I hate to say that, but there needs to be a welfare check in the coming weeks, I think, with people that haven't seen certain people come out of their homes, and just double check on that. Even if they do it, with officers as well at some point, you got to start doing that, because I think we're going to start seeing some of those situations occur more often than not, especially with the elderly generation. So those that are single, those that don't have anybody, think about them, make a call, just say, hey, how you doing? And just want to see if you're alive, and, let's get through this together, because we are going to get through this together. We have to. Okay. There's no rhyme or reason not to. All right, people. I love you. I appreciate you. What are social media comments saying over there? Let's see. Maria says, yes, that's why some days we ban the news on the TV. It feels good on those days. Very stress-free. I try not to bring my feelings from work home. Don't want my kids or mom worrying more about me and things. Yes, exactly. Algenia says, yes, get the sun. The sun is where we get our energy and vitamin D. Yes, very important. Again, all right. So remember, it is the weekend. Have fun over the weekend. Enjoy life. And remember, step outside. Seriously, a good little walk around the block even. Just do that. Face mask on, gloves on. Even if you're elderly, if you have somebody that's there, walk with them. Do it. If they have a pet or a dog, go out with a little dog walking. Be safe, though. There are crazy people go usually between 8 and 12 a.m. and you're fine. The crazy people come out usually later because I don't know why. They always like sleep in because they're up all night. Right, Jesse?
Yeah, the crazy people come out at night.
Yeah, they do. I've seen some. So there you go. Some get locked up too. All right, people, we're going to take you till the end of today. Just download our app, KMET 1490 AM. We've got lots of great programmers. See you next week on Monday. Bye-bye, everyone. All right, for the rest of you tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Algenia says, I've been calling friends and relatives a lot, checking on them. Good, keep doing that. Appreciate that. And anybody that you haven't, I suggest, all those people say, don't come. Like I had one past friend who I just wanted to check in on them. It was called what I call a welfare check. And I just, knocked on the door and yep, they were there. But they're like, why didn't you call before you come? I did. It didn't pick up. So I've been seeing people have not been getting their phone calls. Just go by and say hi. Seriously, just check up on them. Okay. Let's see. Lucy says, happy birthday, Mom. Angela Arahu. Oh, awesome. Okay. So there you go. There it is, Lucy. And that must be, is that grandma to Jesse? Ah, good to know. All right, Jesse, don't forget that. He's not on with us, by the way. Sorry about that. And let's see. Yes, Maria says, bye, everyone. Have an awesome weekend. Diana says, have an amazing day, everyone. Making my care calls today. I like that. Call them care calls. All right, people, make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.